Hey, happy Thursday. So today I'm going to address something which I haven't done before, a little bit different, and I'm going to get into the pain issue. And I've been helping people for the last few years with pain and solving their pain. And the reason this is because we have this pain epidemic. Literally, people have amount of chronic pain from headaches to plantar fasciitis to backaches and bulging discs and herniated discs and back issues and problems and layers upon layers, fibromyalgia. The layers upon layers of issues are just overwhelming. It's like this country is just like, wow. And what's causing it? And how to get rid of it? And if you go out in the market, they're treating symptoms after symptoms after symptoms, and the pain starts over here, then you treat it here, and it comes there, and it just goes and goes and goes, and it doesn't seem to go away because it's just go from one fear to the next, and when it's gone, we're afraid it's going to come back, and it's really a problem. And often people ask me, Ellie, what are you doing? It's like some kind of woozy doozy magic. Like, how do you get rid of this? Like, what is the trick? Like, what's the per se? And so there is no trick. I'm going to share with you exactly what I do and how I do it and how I help others get rid of their pain. Very, very simple. So just we're going to walk through a few simple steps and we'll bring it all home at the end. The reality is stress is unavoidable. Everyone says, oh yeah, I know I have pain. It's my stress. I'm well down with stress. Yeah, I know it's my stress. Thank you very much. Stress is unavoidable. We can't get rid of stress. It's everywhere. Wherever we face in life, it's been around since creation. And it's as long as man has been on the earth, stress has been there. And it's not something we can run away from. So stress can't be the issue, because if that's the case, everyone would have pain nonstop. So what is the issue? And so the issue is not stress, but rather tension. Tension and stress are not the same thing. What's the difference, you may ask? Well, tension is created by stress. Meaning when stress, which is outside of us, outside our body, outside our mind, outside our personal reality, when we have something that we don't like, that's in conflict with us, when it becomes into us and it stays in conflict, that creates tension. And that tension builds, and that's what's very unhealthy. So let me give you an example so you can understand very clearly what this tension is. So let's say, for example, you work for someone. You work for a boss that you hate. You hate your boss. And unfortunately, that's a very common thing in America today, or even anywhere in the world where you may find yourself. And so you hate your boss, but then you feel like you need to go to work because you need this job to support your family, or just personally for yourself. And so you need it. So you need the job and you hate your boss. Well, guess what? Every single day when you come into the office, or you come into work, you have a conflict. What's the conflict? You see your boss and you hate him. And that emotion builds. At the same time, you feel you have to be there because you need to be there because you need to work. Well, boom, we have a conflict. That's an emotional conflict. And let me tell you something. You can feel both of those things, but if you do, it's going to be trouble because the tension is going to build. And when that tension builds, what your body does with the tension, originally, we can all have a conflict. One conflict, two conflicts, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15. I'm not sure how many it is, but we all have some kind of limit. We can all have conflicts. And our body takes all the conflicts in and it spreads them out throughout our entire body, into our ligaments, into our limbs, into our nerves, everywhere. And it goes throughout our body and it's almost like it absorbs it, like a spring or like shocks in a car. It absorbs these different tensions that we have and it distributes them. And with time, they dissipate. We leave work and then we don't face it anymore. But sometimes we start building this tension because we have conflicts, not just at work, we have conflicts at home. We have conflicts throughout the day. We have conflicts, we feel like our weight's a problem, like we have too much weight, but I hate myself, I love myself, and I want to be skinny, but I can't be skinny. There's no end to those kind of conflicts that are constantly working through our system. And every time we have a conflict, we have a moment of tension, and the tension keeps building and building and building. Well, just imagine, in your subconscious, we have this wonderful brain of yours that's trying to protect yourself. It protects you, it preserves you, right? Like the thalamus preserves our system. And that system is going to is after self-preservation. It's going to protect you from anything at all costs. It knows this tension is killing you. It's bringing you down because it's overwhelming your system with a constant tension which is basically a response to your response. You're taking in this stress and everything's a conflict. And as the conflicts build, it's overwhelming. So your body says, this is not working. We got to shut this down. We got to stop this tension. So this is what it does. Imagine we have a circuit breaker in a house and we plug a bunch of things into the outlets and we take a lot of electricity. If you start pulling too much and it gets too hot, it's overwhelming. What do? The circuit goes off. We shut off the circuit. It's like it automatically triggers off and it shuts it down. So your body, what it does is, really creative idea. It gives you physical pain. What does the physical pain do? It shuts you down. You have a backache. My back's hurting. I can't work. I'm on my back. Guess what? When you're on your back, all that tension is gone. The boss, gone. Family issues, gone. Now you could be a big boo-boo. You have a big backache. It's all bothering you. Now, this is a little bit extreme example, but it's like that across the board because I ask people all the time, what is the pain protecting you from? Just think about this. What are the kind of thoughts you'd be having in your mind? What are the stresses? What's worrying you? What are the fears you have? What are those things that you would be facing if you wouldn't have the pain? And then when you know that, it's very simple. You got it. You can clearly find it. And so when we do that, we realize that every single part, the pain we have in our body is simply a message from our internal, from our subconscious to get us to shut down the tension. And it works. It's successful. So you think, okay, well, look, my back, there's a problem with my back, or there's a problem with my foot. There's a problem. Your body knows you, right? I mean, who knows you better than your subconscious? It lives with you. It sticks the pain in the weakest link, right? In the weakest spot. So if you have worker, you get migraines. If you've been lifting stuff, it'll stick into your back. If you've been running a lot, you'll get in your feet. You'll get sciatica. Your something sciatica, your nerve, your nerve damage, all that kind of stuff. It goes everywhere. It finds a spot, and there's always crazy spots. And what medical science does is, it's very good. It treats all the symptoms. It tries to put a band-aid essentially on the problem, but you're not treating the problem. The problem is your tension. The tension is building and building and building. And so when you get rid of it by treating it with a medical symptom, which is great, often it comes up somewhere else, right? You often see people have back surgeries, they have like 10 back surgeries, or you'll treat your knee and then you have a problem in your head. And it just goes from thing to thing because you haven't solved the problem. All you're doing is treating the symptom. And what do you expect? It's not going away. The tension is there. It's still there. And until you address the tension, until you recognize that you can't keep having these conflicts, it will keep coming. It's not going to go away. You'll get rid of one thing, you'll get another thing. And that's why medical science says fibromyalgia, you got it for life. There's this thing you could do, there's exercise you could do, all the kind of things. Now, I can explain to you in detail from I'm not a doctor, I'm a life coach and a rabbi. I can explain to you in greater detail how it works in your body and how the body through oxygen suppression is able to give you real physical pains in many different places. The pain is real. It's completely real, 100%. But it's not that you have an imbalance, a physical problem, but you have an emotional, internal, mindful problem. It's in your mind. And you've created it. And it's not going to go away until you solve that problem. But once you solve the problem, gone. Remember, like dis-ease, right? Disease is a matter of dis-ease. There's dis-ease in you. There's conflicting emotions. There's conflicting thoughts, beliefs, right? There's conflicting beliefs in you that are creating this external pain. But we're really a mirror, right? Our body is just a reflection of the inside. And so when we fix the inside, the outside just dissipates. It goes away. And so you ask me, okay, so what do I do about it? What do you do about it? Well, we got to find what are those tensions. So let's take the boss example. You say there's a conflict. I hate my boss, and I need the job, right? So you need both. So here's what we would do. You can't have both. You can't go right and left at the same time. It's impossible. When you're doing that, you're stretching your system and you're killing yourself. So you got to pick one way. Either you quit the job and find another job you like, or you find a way to like the boss, meaning you change your belief system about the boss. You hate him for this reason, but I bet you there are things you could find that you could like him. There's always something. I mean, he's giving you a job. He's helping you feed your family. He may not like some aspects of him, but other things you could find. Now you say, oh, that's so hard. Of course it's hard. Nothing's easy, right? You want something, you want progress, you want to be happy, you got to put some effort into it. But there's something you could find. There is an angle that you could help you like it. When you find some happiness about this person, suddenly there won't be a conflict anymore. Now, you don't mind your boss, it's okay. And you go to work, feed your family, and it's great. And there's no conflict. You get rid of the conflict and there's no problems. Life is blissful, the pain goes, it works every single time I see it, it blows my mind. And so that's simply what you want to do. And get rid of the conflicts, physical pain is gone, the exhaustion's gone, And so I come to a point where people tell me, but they're fearing the pain. They're fearful. The pain's going to come back. Like, what are you going to do? How are you going to, like, oh, I'm afraid. Well, I'll tell you the truth. I don't fear pain. On the contrary, I welcome it. Because when pain comes to me, it's not like terrible. On the contrary, I think I look at it as it's telling me. It's like a message board. It's like a ding, Ellie, something's wrong. I'm having some conflicting thought patterns. What are they? And I just go inside, figure out what they are. And as I notice them, boom, pain's gone. Now, it doesn't happen overnight, right? It takes training. Because knowledge is easy. People say, how do you know this? Well, it's simple. I can read a book. It's not secret. You can buy any book. John Sarno wrote a book called Mind Over Body. There's numerous mind, body, pain books out there. They're a dime a dozen. You can get them for cheap. You can get them for free on the internet. They're all there. The information is there. It's all available. The hard part is installing yourself, right? And putting in you, because you can't know what you haven't experienced yet, right? To get to somewhere where you've never experienced, you almost don't know what it is. And that's why sometimes having someone from the outside to help you and point out what those things are can really make a difference in helping you cross that hump. But by all means, you could get the book, all the wealthy secrets in the world, you can get them all, and you can be rich overnight. Of course, you can. The knowledge is there, but belief is not knowledge. It's not the same thing, right? Knowing something and then believing it is a whole different story. And so that's where the work is. And if I can help you in some way, shape, or form, reach out. I'll be happy to give you 5 minutes of my time anytime. Just send me a personal message. You have me on Facebook, Eli Rosenfeld, ELYROSENFELD. And if we're not friends, you can make a friend request. I'll be happy to reach out. I'll be happy to generously give you 5 minutes of my time anytime. Whenever, obviously, it works my schedule, we'll make a time quickly. And I'll be happy to help you find those conflicting things. Because if you got pain and you have stress and the conflict, you know them. I don't have to tell you this. This is obvious. You know this clearly in your mind. And once you find those things, you're off to the races. Problems are solved. So anyway, have an awesome day, a healthy week, and live happy. Less conflict, less tension, no pain.